Hello children, in previous class we had learnt about the crystallization and fractional distillation. In today's class we are going to learn how water is purified. Let us see the purification of water. Then what is purification of water? Removal of the unwanted materials from the water is said to be purification of water. Let us see how water is purified. Children, this is the systematic diagram for the purification of water. Let us see how it is purified. See here, it is the water, it is the reservoir in which impure water is placed. From here, water is allowed to flow into the sedimentation tank. In sedimentation tank, the solid particles, the solid waste, the solid waste which is present in the impure water is allowed to settle at the bottom of the sedimentation tank. The solid waste which is present in the impure water is settled in this sedimentation tank, and from this sedimentation tank water next moves to the loading tank. Okay, so here in loading tank the suspended impurities which are present in the water, they get settled at the bottom of the this loading tank. From here water will next move to the filtration tank. Okay, this is the filtration tank. This filtration tank is having coarse gravel. See here, this is the small this dark one, this big dark colored they are coarse gravel. Okay, it is fitted with this coarse gravel. Next to this coarse gravel, here gravel is placed. Okay, above this fine sand is placed. So from loading tank water is allowed to flow into the filtration tank. Here the water gets filtered and the small minute, the suspended minute particles, they will get settled here. Okay, next from here, from filtration tank to water will flow from this filtration tank to chlorination tank. See here, this is the chlorination tank, and here the water with from filtration tank to from filtration tank will move to the chlorination tank. Here the water, okay, filter water is treated with the chlorine to kill the bacteria or microbes which are present in the water. So chlorine water is, filtered water is treated with chlorine in this chlorination tank to kill the bacteria and other microbes. So from this, next water is provided to home for the domestic use. Like this, water is purified. Okay, let us see the different techniques of separation of the constituents of various types of mixtures. Okay, here we have written them in columns. Let us say in first column we have written serial number. In next column, in second column we have written mixture, type of mixture which is to be separated. In third one we have written the techniques, separation techniques. Okay, first we will say first one. First type of mixture, that is solution of solid in liquid. This kind of mixture is separated by using the evaporation, distillation and crystallization techniques. Okay, to separate this kind of mixtures we can use any one of these techniques. Next kind of mixture is insoluble solid in solvent. Okay, to separate this kind of mixture we have to use the filtration technique. Next one is immiscible mixture of liquids. Okay, immiscible mixture of liquids. To separate this kind of mixture we have to use the separating funnel. Next one, that is miscible mixture of liquid. Okay, to separate the miscible mixture of liquid we can use the distillation or fractional distillation techniques. We can use any one of these techniques depending on their boiling point difference of the components. the mixture of substance in solution. Okay, mixture of substances in a solution. We can separate this kind of mixture by using the technique chromatography. Next, the last one is mixture of two solids, one of which sublimes. Okay, mixture of two solids in which one of mixture of two solids, one of which sublimes. To separate this kind of mixture, we can use the sublimation technique. Okay, children, actually chemical reaction involves physical change as well as chemical change. Let us see what is physical change and what are chemical change. We will study in detail when you go for higher education. We will study in brief. Okay. See here, first we will see the physical change. What is physical change? Physical change of a substance involves only change in their physical properties. Physical change of a substance involves only change in their physical properties. Okay, this physical properties involves rigidity, hardness, state of the substance, color, density, etc. Okay, here in case of physical change, there is no change in composition of the substance. There is no change in the composition of the substance which is undergoing physical change. Okay, next we will see that new substance is not formed whenever a substance undergoes physical change. Here, in case of physical change, there is no formation of new products. Okay. Physical change is reversible. Okay, here physical change is reversible. We can convert the substance which has undergone physical change. Okay, we can bring that substance into its original state or its original position. Okay, here the energy change may or may not be absorbed in case of physical change. There is no compulsory that physical change is always accompanied by change in energy. Okay, and here mass of the substance undergoing physical change remains constant. In other words, we can say that there is no change in the mass of the substance which is undergoing physical change. Okay. Let us see example for the physical change. We will see melting of ice is an example for the physical change, because here the ice, it is in solid state. On melting, it changes into liquid state, but the composition of the ice and the liquid water same, that is H2O. Composition of the initial substance and the final substance is same. Here the composition is H2O. Here also H2O. Here this change involves only change in its physical change. That is, here state of the substance has been changed. Here there is no change in its composition. So its composition remains constant. There is no change in composition of the starting material. And so here no new product is formed. Okay, see here no new product is formed, and this change can be reversed. Okay, on cooling this liquid water, this liquid water, we can convert this liquid water into ice. So this melting of ice is an reversible process. We can convert the liquid water into ice. Okay, here energy change may or may not be observed. Okay, and also here mass of the substance undergoing physical change remains constant. And one more example is evaporation of water. In case of evaporation of water, here the actually the water which is present in liquid state, it is converted into vapor state. Okay, here also here also the state of the substance is changing. There is no change in the composition of the substance. And one more example is that is, we can say in general interconversion of states of any substance. If you take any substance, okay, in which involves the interconversion of states, that is solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, liquid to solid. Okay, these are the examples for the physical change. Let us see what is chemical change. Chemical change of a substance involves only change in their chemical properties. Okay, chemical properties includes change in composition, change in temperature, formation of new products, etc. Okay, there is a, in case of chemical change, there is a change in chemical composition of the substance which is undergoing chemical change. In case of chemical change, there is a formation of new substance. Okay, in case of chemical change, new substance is formed. Chemical change is irreversible. Okay, this chemical change is irreversible. We can't we can't convert the convert the product into reactant. Okay, during a chemical change, energy change always occurs. This chemical change is always accompanied by change in energy. Okay, next, mass of an individual substance undergoing a chemical change may vary. Okay, mass of the individual substance which is undergoing chemical change may change, but the total mass remains same. Okay, but the total mass remains same. Let us see examples for the chemical change, that is burning of fuel. Here fuel, it consists of hydrocarbons. It consists of hydrocarbons. On burning, this fuel is converted into carbon dioxide, water and heat energy, heat and light energy. Here the composition of this fuel is undergoing change. Okay, composition of the fuel changes. Okay, and here this once this fuel is burnt, we can't convert this burnt carbon dioxide, water and light and heat energy into fuel. It is a irreversible reaction, irreversible process, and here this burning of fuel involves formation of new substances, that is carbon dioxide, water. Okay, these are the new substances formed during the burning of fuel. So we can say that burning of fuel is an example for this chemical change. In burning of fuel, we'll see that heat and light energy is released. So this burning of fuel, okay, it is accompanied by change in energy. So here energy in the form of heat is released. Okay, next we will see one more example, that is burning of methane. Methane is also a fuel. So here also we'll observe the same kind of observation. Okay, that is formation of carbon dioxide, water vapor, light and heat energy, and this composition of methane, that is composition of methane is CH4. When it is burnt, its composition changes. Okay, we'll get the new products, carbon dioxide and water. And one more example, this is formation of water. Okay, here actually this water is formed by combination of hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Okay, we know that this hydrogen gas is highly flammable. Hydrogen gas is highly flammable, and the oxygen gas is a supporter of combustion. Since these two have different properties, and on combining they will form a water which can be used as a fire extinguisher. Okay, the properties of the reactants are entirely different from the properties of that product. Here new product, new compound, new substance is formed. Okay, and so we can see here there is a change in the composition of the substances which are undergoing chemical change. Okay, so like this hydrogen gas and oxygen, on combining they will form water. Okay, these are the examples for chemical change. Let us see one more example, it is burning of a candle. Here in burning of a candle we can see both physical change as well as chemical change. Okay, this involves both physical as well as chemical change. Then what is the physical change here? Let us see that melting of wax. Okay, on when this candle burns, okay, when this candle burns, the wax actually it is in solid state. When it starts burning due to heat produced, okay, by the flame, okay, that solid wax is converted into liquid wax. So here the physical state of the wax is changing from solid to liquid. So this is the physical change involved in the burning of a candle. Next, let us see what is the chemical change involved in here. That is burning of wax. Okay, the wax around the flame on burning is converted into carbon dioxide, light and heat energy. So here the composition of the wax is different, and that of the carbon dioxide and light and heat energy, they are entirely different. So here the composition of the wax changes. So this burning of a candle is said to, it is accompanied by both physical as well as chemical change. So wax around the flame is converted into carbon dioxide, light, heat, energy. So this is about the physical and chemical changes. Okay children, so far we have discussed about the purification of water, physical change and chemical change. So by this we have completed the second chapter, that is matter around us pure. Okay,